Hi students, in this video you are going to see about chapter 13 continuation. Here you are going to learn about CSV modules reader function. You can read the content of CSV file with the help of Csv Dot Reader method. So after the creation of CSV file with the help of this Csv Dot Reader method, we can read the CSV file. The reader function is designed to take each line of the file and make a list of all columns. If we see the CSV file, the data are in the lines. ஒரு லைன்ஸ் லைன் பை லைனாக நம்ம மென்ஷன் பண்ணியிருப்போம். இந்த ரீடர் மெத்தட் என்ன பண்ணோம், எல்லா லைன்ஸ் அதாவது எல்லா டேட்டாஸையும் காலம்ஸ் மாதிரி லிஸ்ட் அவுட் பண்ணும். Then you just choose the column you want the variable data are. Use this method, one can read data from CSV files of different formats like quotes, pipe and comma. So with the help of this method we can read the data from CSV file in different formats. நிறைய formats இருக்கு. So it's like a double quotation, pipe symbol, then comma. Next we are going to see the syntax of this CSV dot reader. So this function we have three parameters: file object, delimiter, rams, where file object passes the path and the mode of the file. So file object la enna irukona the file name and the path, then which mode that we have to mention, read or write, like that mode of the file we have to mention. Next one is a delimiter, an optional parameter. So இது வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஆப்ஷனல் தான், containing the standard dialogues. ஸோ அதில் வந்து dialogues இருக்கும். For example comma, then a pipeline symbol. So like that can be there in the delimiter. So if is there any comma, then pipeline means that can be omitted. Then fmt params. So this is also another optional parameter. Optional அப்படின்னா not necessary. If we want we can add that parameter or else we can leave it, which helps to override the default values of the dialogues like skip, initial space, quoting, etc. that can be omitted. Suppose in our CSV file, in our data, is there any space or a quoting that can be omitted. So now we are going to see first one CSV file with the defaulted delimiter comma. Second one CSV file data with the space at the beginning. CSV file data with the quotes. CSV file data with the custom delimiter. So first we are going to see CSV file with the defaulted delimiter comma. The following program read a file called sample1.csv with the defaulted delimiter comma and print row by row. So what it do, here one program they given. So this is the example Python program. இந்த பைத்தான் ப்ரோக்ராம் என்ன பண்ணோம், நம்ம சிஎஸ்வி ஃபைல்ஸில் இருக்க டேட்டாஸ் எல்லாத்தையும் ரீட் பண்ணி ரோ வைஸை டிஸ்பிளே பண்ணோம். இங்கே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஃபஸ்ட்டு ஒன்று இம்போர்ட்டிங் சிஎஸ்வி. So here we are importing the CSV file. Next we are opening the file. Open, then we given the file name, then mode of the file also we given. Next we are going to use the reader. So reader is equal to CSV dot reader. So that function we used here. Next we are printing the data from the CSV file row by row. So this is the output of the CSV file. Next we are going to see CSV files data with the spaces at the beginning. Suppose if we have any space in the data that is in front of the data or end of the data, means how we can omit that we are going to see. Here one sample 2.csv file they given. If you see here we have a space in beginning of the data and end of the data, but when we are executing this CSV file using Python, we cannot see all these spaces, everything can be omitted. So here one sample Python program they given. If we see this CSV dot register dialog, so here they are using register dialog function. So my dialog delimiter is equal to, so comma they given, so that means a blank space. Skip initial space is equal to true. Delimiter means a comma, skip initial space. இது டிஃபால்ட்டாக பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஃபால்ஸ் அப்படின்னு இருக்கும். here we given as a true. So when I am executing this program, I can see the output. So it's like a normal output. So there is a no space mentioned here, so spaces are omitted. As you can see in sample2.csv, there are spaces after the delimiter, due to which the output is also displayed with the spaces. These white spaces can be removed by registering new dialogs using Csv Dot Register dialog class of CSV module. இப்போ நார்மலாக பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஸ்பேஸ் இருந்ததுன்னா அவுட்புட்லேயே நமக்கு அந்த ஸ்பேசஸ் தெரியும். பட் ஹியர் வித் த ஹெல்ப் ஆஃப் திஸ் ஃபங்க்ஷன் we omitted the spaces. A dialog describes the format of the CSV file that is to be read. So dialogல பார்த்தீங்கன்னா we have the format. இந்த ஃபார்மேட்டில் தான் CSV file இருக்கணும், இந்த ஃபார்மேட்டில் தான் ரீட் பண்ணணும்னு. So we have the format in a dialogs. So dialog is describing the format. In dialogs, the parameter skip initial space is used for removing white spaces after the delimiter. ஸோ இந்த டயலாக்ஸில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா தட் இஸ் த ரிஜிஸ்டர் டயலாக். இந்த ஃபங்க்ஷனில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஸ்கிப் இனிஷியல் ஸ்பேஸ் இஸ் ஈக்குவல் டு ட்ரூ அப்படின்னு மென்ஷன் பண்ணியிருப்போம். அது எதுக்கு அப்படின்னா ஒயிட் ஸ்பேஸ் எல்லாத்தையும் ரிமூவ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு. பை டிஃபால்ட் ஸ்கிப் இனிஷியல் ஸ்பேஸ் ஹாஸ் எ வேல்யூ ஃபால்ஸ். ஸோ டிஃபால்ட்டாக பார்த்தா ஸ்கிப் இனிஷியல் ஸ்பேஸோட வேல்யூ ஃபால்ஸாக இருக்கும். ஸோ ஹியர் ஒன் ப்ரோக்ராம் த கிவன். The following program reads sample2.csv file which contains spaces after the delimiter. So delimiter kapram we have a spaces, that is after the comma we have a space. So if we are using skip initial space is equal to true, so that means what will happen, it removes all the white spaces after the delimiter. Next we are going to see dialog. What does mean by a dialog? A dialog is a class of CSV module. So CSV module dialog என்றது ஒரு class which helps to define parameters for reading and writing CSV. So எதுக்கு அதை யூஸ் பண்ணுறோம் அப்படின்னா to define parameters for a reading and writing CSV file. It allows you to create, store and reuse various formatting parameters for your data. So if we want to apply the formatting parameters na, so this dialog it allows us to create and store and reuse those formatting parameters. CSV file data with quotes. You can read the CSV file with quotes by registering new dialogs using csv dot register underscore dialog function class of CSV module. So if I want to read the CSV file with the codes, so that time I have to register this dialog function csv dot register dialog function. Here one sample CSV file they given. Here we have only two columns. So first column values பார்த்தீங்கன்னா they given just like that. Second column means they given within a double quotation. The following program reads quotes.csv file where the delimiter is comma but the quotes are within a double quotation. இப்போ delimiter first one பார்த்தீங்கன்னா it's a normal number, so it is separated by a delimiter, that is a comma. If you see the second column, that is the second data na, it is enclosed with a double quotation. So here we are using, you just see the second line in the program, csv dot register dialog my dialog delimiter is equal to comma quoting is equal to csv dot quote all. Here they mentioned quoting is equal to csv dot quote all. Skip initial space is equal to true. Now this is the output of the program. See here, we cannot see the double quotation. In the above program register a dialog with the name my dialog. So here my dialog அப்படினு ஒரு word யூஸ் பண்ணி dialog register பண்ணிருக்காங்க. Then we used csv dot quote all. So here they used csv dot quote all. அது எதுக்கு யூஸ் பண்ணிருக்காங்கன்னா to display all the characters after double quotes. டபுள் கொட்டேஷனுக்கு இருக்கிற டபுள் கொட்டேஷனுக்கு அப்புறம் இருக்க எல்லா கேரக்டர்ஸையும் டிஸ்பிளே பண்ணுறதுக்கு இந்த ஃபங்க்ஷன் யூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. csv டாட் quote all அப்படின்ற ஃபங்க்ஷன் யூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. Next we are going to see CSV files with custom delimiters. You can read CSV file having custom delimiter by registering a new dialog with the help of csv dot register dialog. So here we are registering a new dialog. So here one sample CSV file they given. Here each column was separated by a pipe symbol. The following program read the file sample 4.csv with using user defined delimiter pipeline. So here we are using the user defined delimiter, that is the pipeline symbol. So if you see here the second line, csv dot register dialog, my dialog they given, next delimiter is equal to pipeline symbol they given. So the defaulted delimiter is a comma, but here we mentioned as a pipeline symbol. So the output is a look like this. So it removes the pipeline symbol, then it displays the data properly. In the above program, a new dialog called a my dialog is registered. So here one dialog they register here new dialog, that is a my dialog. Use the delimiter where the pipe is considered as a column separator. So why they used the pipeline symbol here na, to separate the column. So that's why we are saying that as a column separator. Thank you, students.